in Vermont in particular, I find that just the discussion around race itself is a difficult one. Many don't want to have that conversation. They really don't believe that we have a race problem, as they say.
In a larger Burlington community, I see a lot of racial profiling. People will walk in, like in a mall. If you walk in a mall, you're being looked at. People are just following you behind.
I mean, I still hear the N-word plenty of times. That's definitely my number one issue.
I work at Hannaford, and I get like discriminated against all the time because of what I'm wearing or my color.
I think students should not just stand by and watch other people getting bullied because of their race or whatever.
We need to look at how our schools, for example, are teaching a curriculum that have teachers that really represent the diversity of the student body. We need to make sure that our businesses are welcoming of folks of all races, of all backgrounds. When we have people from around the country and around the world coming to shop in our downtown, for example, or eat in our restaurants.
Well, some of the things that are being done are around these issues are, for example, in our schools, we're making sure we have regular conversations about race. We believe that that's the first step to at least acknowledging that we have issues, because obviously you can't address the issue if you keep insisting that it doesn't exist.
Talk about it more, bring it up more, don't hide it, bring it to the table, open it up. Then other people will feel safe about talking about who they really are, and race is not a big factor in how a person is or who a person is.
I don't necessarily know what to do when I meet a new Muslim, maybe a Muslim student, because I'm not a Muslim and I don't have a lot of experience. So I need to get that knowledge so I know how to interact with that new student.
I think a lot of the issues around Burlington High School about race and about ethnicity and belief systems is that we don't know enough about each other's race and culture.
We don't really feel comfortable sitting with people that are not same colors as, that are not from us, same culture. We just don't feel like they will understand us where we're coming from.
Think about how you're acting. Like, it's really closed off if you never say hello to anybody. So just say hello to people. That's the first step. Just, hi, I'm Lily, nice to meet you. Where are you from? Who are you? Just get to know everybody.
Just taking risks has to come from your heart, and you must be willing to do it. You can't just do it because you have to and because you're told to, because then you're not learning anything. But people just have to change their way they think, the way they go by things. If your stomach ain't turning, you're learning. That's true. You gotta fight through. We gotta fight through that. We gotta take risks and sit with someone new, and it's hard. I understand, but I don't know. We as a school, we can just encourage people to do that. But people have to have the heart and soul to want to sit with someone new.
There are so many different races we have in the school, and most people don't take advantage of that, and that's bad.
We're all different some way or another, and we should just learn to accept one another.
In order to be successful in any efforts around diversity, equity, and inclusion, it requires leadership. It requires the leaders to be committed to it even when it's not popular.
I think the mayor or the city can bring it up more in his talks, because a lot of people do respect his talks and do listen to it, and I think as he brings it up more, maybe it would become more helpful.
If the city of Burlington is going to be about inclusion, that means they have to, from the very top to the very bottom, they need to make sure that they are in fact being leaders on this issue.
Change is hard. And we need to find as many opportunities as we possibly can for cross-cultural learning and engagement. I've been a big believer that relationships make such a difference. You sort of have a sense of that other group, maybe positive, maybe not negative, but a relationship with someone can really change your perspective a lot. I think the advice I would give the next generation is to be fearless and to be courageous.
If I was going to say anything, it would be speak up, make sure your voice is heard, and act.
I just hope to see that, you know, people really just work together or just are comfortable with, you know, like if I'm comfortable with someone else that's from, you know, America or India, you know, just want to see everyone collaborate and be together.
It takes time. It will take time for us to get to where we want to be, and it's not just going to be immediately time. I think we should just give it time.
I understand race, like stopping racism. It's a long process. I mean, people try to stop it. Martin Luther King tried to stop it, and it's still happening. It's a long process. It might not happen in my lifetime, but as long as we're moving forward, it's what I'm looking for.